2 hours left. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Keep this private. It's only for you. A yellow letter is delivered to the use tomorrow. Hear this before it's coming. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Keep this private because this is only for your eyes and your heart. Yellow letter is already in motion and it is stepping toward your house tomorrow. The air around you already knows. The clock is not only counting seconds, but shaping them into steps. Every step is carrying a message that knows your name. You feel a thin current in the room. The current is not loud, but it is steady. It is the soft announcement that something precise is arriving. The letter is wrapped in a color that means attention and clarity. It is not red with chaos or black with confusion. It is yellow with certainty. You have 2 hours to set your space, set your mind, and choose your stance. These 2 hours are simple but sacred. They ask for readiness, not worry. Close the doors of noise. Silence the machines that pull you away. Sit where the light is honest and the air is plain. Your breath is your key. Flow in and slow out. Let each breath be a decision that you will not fold. This message carries a weight that will not crush you. It will sit in your palm and tell a story with no shouting. It is heavy with truth but gentle with you. Here is a seal on the flap. The seal is not decoration. It is a promise that no one else has changed the words. You will notice a faint scent of paper and warmth. You will notice the neat edges like the edges of a path. Even the crease is straight like a boundary. Tomorrow a hand will deliver it. The hand belongs to a person who is doing their job with quiet honor. That person may not know your story, but the letter does. Tonight is preparation. The preparation is not grand. It is direct and humble. Clear a small place on your table. Wipe it clean with a soft cloth. Place a flat object to hold the envelope when it arrives. Find a pen that writes without struggle. Lace it beside the space. Place a small glass of water there as well. Do not invite chatter. Do not announce your expectation. Keep this between you and the breath that carries you. The letter holds 3 sections. The first section is recognition. The second section is instruction. The third section is release. Recognition is about your true identity. It will speak plainly about what you are capable of and what you have refused to abandon. It will name the strength that stayed with you when many left. Instruction will be short and clear. It will tell you what to sign, where to stand, and when to move. It will not play games with your trust. Release will cut a rope that has been around your chest. It will lend an old permission that you never wished to give. It will return your breath to its rightful owner. This yellow letter did not start yesterday. It started the first time you refused to let darkness write your name. It started the moment your patience became steel. There are forces that do not want this to reach you. They move in whispers and sideways glances. They prefer you to stay in the maze. They will try to nudge you into delay. They will call you away with small fires that do not matter. They will dress ordinary distractions as urgent storms. You will not serve those distractions. You will not answer those thin tricks. You will not bow to games that never end. Every piece of your past that hurt you will try to get your attention. Every old echo will walk to your door like a stray. You will keep the door closed. Walk rooms that are simple. Yig water. Touch the things that are real and near. If memory brings a name that hurts, do not fight it. Let the name pass like a cloud across a clear noon. The sky remains. Stand in front of a mirror. Look into your own eyes the way you needed someone else to do long ago. See that you are here and you are whole. Say this in your chest without raising your voice. I am ready and I am non-moving. The letter is coming to a steady heart. You have spent years learning to listen. You have practiced this without knowing. Your life has been a long rehearsal for this quiet. The letter carries a correction. The correction will write a small but vital line in your story. That line changes everything that follows it. In the first section, the letter will call you by your full name. It will not use nicknames that try to keep you small. It will write you as the person you truly are. It will list one promise that you kept even when no one thanked you. It will name a single gift that never left your hands. It will recognize the day you chose courage over silence. In the instruction section, you will see a date and a window of time. The time will be kind but firm. It will fit your life like a key fits a lock. There will be a place to sign. Your signature is not ink alone. It is the clean line between what with and what now begins. Your signature will be your steady breath poured into a curve in 2 strokes. Your hand will not shake. Your heart will move but it will not break. The release section will mention the weight you carried for others. It will say the weight was never yours. It will give you permission to set it down without guilt. You will feel a small shift behind your ribs. The shift will not scare you. It will feel like a belt that finally loosens. This shift will travel to your shoulders. Your shoulders will lower by a finger of space. The line of your spine will feel taller. A path will open that was there all along but covered. A covering was made by fear and false debt. The path is clean under the cover. Do not tell anyone before you read it. Not because people are evil. Because your clarity must not be mixed with their opinions. Opinions move like wind. Your choice must move like stone. Stone holds the line. When tomorrow comes, treat your morning as a simple ceremony. Stand up slowly. Wash your face with water and thank the water. Open your window to let the air settle the room. Close it when the room feels steady. Pull the chair to the table with the space you prepared. When you hear the knock or the ring, walk with a calm pace. Receive the envelope with both hands. Say thank you to the hand that brought it. Place the envelope on your clean space. Sit down. Breathe once with your eyes closed. Open the envelope with care. Do not tear the edges like a fight. Slice it clean as if you are opening a new road. Slide the letter out. Let the paper catch the light. Read the first line out loud with a low voice that only you can hear. As you read, your chest will understand before your mind catches up. Your body knows the sound of truth. Your breath will spread it through you. A letter will confirm that you are worthy of what is about to come. It will say that delay is over, it will state that the choice is now. In the middle of the instruction, you will see a name and a number. This is a kind act that is safe. Save it exactly as written. You will see a location that does not rush you. You will see a deadline that respects your hours. You will see a path that is straight and visible. The section of release will clear an old agreement that took your sleep. It will say you do not owe paying. It will say you are not the bank for someone else's storms. A paper can be a weapon or a bridge. This paper is a bridge. It leads you from the site of waiting to the site of living. This is not the same as luck. This is harvest. You planted when it was cold and now you collect. You did not beg for this. You prepared for this. Preparation is the quiet form of power. 2 hours remain tonight. Use 20 minutes to settle the room. Use 20 minutes to put away the small mess that steals focus. Use 10 minutes to stand outside and look at the sky. Return and use 10 minutes to write your full name slowly on a blank page. Practice the signature you will give tomorrow. Use 5 minutes to stretch your back and your hands. Use 5 minutes to sit still with your eyes closed. Use 5 minutes to drink water and breathe steady. Use the last 5 minutes to speak one sentence into the room. I am ready. Let the room hold it for you. People who did not stand with you may try to return. They may smell change and want a share of it. You will keep the door firm and kind. Your heart is not a courtroom for old ghosts. Your kitchen is not a table for old battles. Your phone is not a trumpet for drama. Leave your device face down as you sleep. Let silence cover you like a soft shield. Trust that what is yours knows how to find you. When you wake, do not chase the letter. It is already coming. You will stand, not run. You have asked for a sign without using loud words. This is the sign in plain clothes. It is here to end a season of fog. Every season that ends does not hate you. It bows and steps aside. It knows the next season needs space. When the sun lays a square on your floor, let it stay. When the shadow moves, let it move. Your room is a quiet theater for truth. You have carried names, dates, and death. Hold it with respect but not worship. It is not a god. It is a tool of alignment. You have passed through nights that thought they would own you. They did not. Morning never once forgot you. The seal on the letter is a sign of integrity. The words inside are a sign of decision. Your signature is a sign of freedom. Freedom is not loud. Freedom walks with a straight back and a clean gaze. It does not explain itself to those who trade in confusion. Your home will feel different after you read. The walls with ease. The corners will lift. The path from your front door to your table will feel like a short road you finally understand. The chair will hold you like a friend. The pen will lie on the table like a small sword. When you finish the final line of release, take one long breath. Let it reach your toes. Let it fill the softest spaces in your mind. Fold the letter along the crease it already carries. Place it in a safe place where fire cannot play with it and water cannot soften it. Safety is respect. Do not show it to people who feed on doubt. They will try to chew the edges. The letter is not their food. If someone in your circle has a habit of tearing what they do not understand, give them silence. Silence is a clear boundary. Boundaries are love for the self that was ignored. Later, when the time is right, you will share the news with a person who can hold it without turning it into a mirror for themselves. That person exists. That person may already be near. You are not late. You are exactly on time for the door that is opening. You will walk through with dignity. This change will not make you a stranger to yourself. It will make you more yourself. Your reflection will show a steadier face. There may be a test after the letter. The test will not trick you. It will ask you to choose truth again. Choose truth the way a tree Judas lie. Choose truth the way Lent Jews err. Choose it without drama. If someone tries to push you back into old rooms, your body will notice. Your body will feel tight and small. It is a map, not a prison. Leave rooms that shrink you. Stand in rooms that fit you. Build rooms that welcome who you have become. You will handle practical steps with clear head and clean hands. You will keep copies and dates. You will write names and times with order. Your eyes will be but not naive. Your heart will be open but not unguarded. Your feet will be ready to move without tripping. You have been waiting for permission to begin. A letter does not give permission. It confirms what is already true in your core. You are the person who can carry this. You are the person who can sign this. You are the person who can live this. The people who thought you would break will see you stand. The people who hope you would stop will see you walk. The people who prayed for your peace will feel peace rise in them. Do not waste energy on the shadows that tried to bargain with your worth. Your worth is not a coin. Your worth is a flame that does not ask for approval. The room is quiet now. The clock is still moving. Time is your ally and not your enemy. These 2 hours are your landing strip. You are bringing a clean craft to ground. You will touch down without smoke. If your chest feels tight, place your palm over your heart. Press gently and breathe. Your own hand is a promise. If your mind runs, bring it back by naming 5 clean things in the room. A cup. A chair. A window. A book. Your breath. You have done harder things than this. You have stood in storms and stayed kind. You have carried your name without selling it. This yellow letter is not a storm. It is a beam. It cuts the fog without noise. You do not need to be perfect tomorrow. You need to be present. Presence is stronger than performance. The person you used to be will watch with soft eyes as you sign. The person you are becoming will step forward and take your hand. Both will meet in the middle and agree. Your house will feel like a new house with the same walls. Your table will feel like altar without ritual. Your chair will feel like a throne without pride. You will rest after you read. Rest is not laziness. Rest is respect for the work your heart just did. When night returns, it will find you lighter. The night will not press so hard. Your sleep will be deeper and cleaner. In the days that follow, small signs will appear like quiet birds. A call that arrives at the right time. A door that opens without a fight. You will make choices that align with your new clarity. Old habits will try to sit beside you. You will give them the door. You will be kind to yourself without making excuses for harm. You will forgive yourself without inviting pain back into your bed. You will protect yourself without becoming a cage. The letter is a messenger, not a master. Read it. Choose. What? The path after the door is not full of fireworks. It is full of steady lamps, each lamp will light as you step. If a day feels heavy, you will remember the sound of the envelope opening. You will remember the clean slice and the clean breath. You will remember who you are. You will practice gratitude without turning it into a performance. You will thank the simple things that held you when nothing was simple. A cup of water, a jar, a window of light. You will keep the letter where you can touch it if needed. You will not cling to it like a raft. You will use it like a map until the path is part of you. Tomorrow is a hinge. Today is a handle. Your hand already knows how to turn it. The door that opens is not a door to noise. It is a door to right work, right rest, right company. It is the door your spirit drew long ago. You are not alone in this movement. You are not crowded either. You are accompanied by a quiet presence that defends without making a scene. There is no need to rehearse fear. Fear had a long run, and the curtain is down, the stage is ready for calm action. You will sign with a firm hand. You will walk with a settled spine. You will speak with fewer words and stronger meaning. Anyone who tries to bait you into fights will meet your silence. Anyone who tries to use guilt will meet your boundary. Anyone who brings honesty will meet your welcome. Your life will not explode into chaos. It will open into order. Order can be warm. The yellow letter carries closure and beginning folded together. You will unfold both. You will not be afraid of either. The letter's words are not the final truth. They are the door to the final truth that lives in you. You will recognize the echo. When the echo reaches your feet, you will feel steady. When it reaches your hands, you will feel capable. When it reaches your face, you will feel calm. Calm is the new atmosphere. Calm does not mean slow, calm means clean. Let the clean hours move. Let the clean breath rise and fall, let the clean choice stand. The person who taught you to doubt yourself will lose their hold. The grip was made of stories with no bones. Bones of truth do not break. Step outside after you finish and let the air touch your cheeks. Feel how the street looks the same and not the same. You have changed the angle of your own light. Return inside and put the kettle on. Warmth is a friend. Warmth teaches the body that it is safe to be here. Lip at your hands. They have worked and held and healed. They are still yours. Touch the table that held the letter. Thank it with your palm. Thank the chair with your weight. Your home now knows a new quiet. Your heart now holds a new permission. Your path now accepts your feet. This is not a secret you keep out of fear. It is a private light you protect until it is strong. You will share it with the right ears at the right time. If anyone senses change and tries to name it for you, let their words fall. You will name your own change. You will speak your own meaning. Hold the rest of this evening like a cup with two hands. Drink slowly from it. Let it warm you. If the night brings old dreams, let them run out of breath. They cannot hurt you now. They have lost their teeth. Wake tomorrow with a small smile that is only for you. Do your normal first steps in peace. The doorbell or the knock will come when it should. Walk to the door and open it with your spine straight. Take the yellow letter with two hands. Place it on the table that is ready. Breathe in once, slow and full. Breathe out like the tide. Begin. The world will continue to spin. People will continue to speak. You will continue to choose. Choice is your instrument now. You play it with care. You play it without noise. The yellow letter is a friend. It is an arrival, it is a key that fits a lock you already made. You have not wasted your years. You have been building the doorframe. Now the door opens. You will not be late to your own life. You will not apologize to those who preferred your silence. You will not trade your peace for their comfort. Stand in the space that belongs to you. Place your name there without shrinking, let it ring through the room like a clear bell. Nothing in this process requires performance. Everything in this process invites presence. You are here and that is enough. 2 hours are counting down with grace. Use them gently. Use them well. The yellow letter is on its way to your house tomorrow. It brings recognition, instruction, and release. It brings a clean line between the old chapter and the new. You are reading these words because you were meant to be ready at this exact time. You are ready. You act. Archangel Mitchell says, stand calm, stay private, and let the right door open. The letter knows your name and your house. It knows the truth that you kept safe when no one watched. Hold your breath steady. Hold your ground with kindness. Hold your life with both hands. This is your moment. This is your message. This is your move. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Mitchell's words still hang in the room like a steady lantern, and the hours before dawn feel different now, cleaner, sharper, purposeful. You can almost hear the pages of tomorrow turning. The yellow letter is no longer a rumor. It is a quiet fact walking toward you step by step. You tidy your space without hurry. One shelf, then another. A cup sat in the sink. The small steps gather into presence, and the presence gathers into calm. On the table, the pen lies where you left it. It is not just a pen now. It is the instrument that will draw a line between a life you endured and a life you choose. Beside it, the glass of water keeps its simple promise, clear and ready. You think of the people who prefer you confuse. Your voices try to rise like steam under a door, but this door is sealed by intention, not today. Not tomorrow. Not for this. You rehearse nothing. You simply stand, sit, breathe. Your breathing becomes the metronome of your courage, keeping the tempo steady when old habits want to rush. If a memory tries to flash its teeth, you nod and let it pass. You don't wrestle it. You don't feed it. You let it walk out of the frame with the dignity you now offer yourself. Outside, a scooter rattles past. A dog barks once, then goes quiet. The world keeps happening in ordinary ways. And yet your room has its own weather now, clear and windless, like a lake before sunrise. The stillness is not empty. It is full of decision. In that stillness, a detail returns to you like a feather landing. The letter said there would be 3 movements: recognition, instruction, release. You place your palm on the table and feel the grain of the wood, as if to tell your body, I am here for all 3. The clock blinks its soft numerals. 2 hours become 90 minutes. 90 minutes become an hour. The hours do not threaten you. They kneel and offer themselves to you. When sleep comes, it comes like a well-made curtain. Not heavy. Not bright. Just enough to let the mind rest and the heart charge. Dreams drift through in low colors and leave no residue. Morning arrives with a pared-down light. You rise with intention instead of alarm. Feed me 4. Hands find water. You wash your face and watch the water run clear, as if the sink itself knows this day matters. Your phone stays face down. Your mind stays face up. A brief text from someone who always stirs the pot lights the screen. You don't pick it up. Your boundary holds without anger. Silence is a shape now, and you fit inside it comfortably. A soft knock. Not urgent. Not shy, you stand, smoothing the front of your shirt with an absent hand. The handle turns with the easy weight of a familiar ritual. The corridor air is cooler. A delivery person. Eyes kind. Posture respectful. For you, they say, and your name is spoken correctly. The envelope in their hand is the yellow your mind carried all night. Warm. Certain. Impossible to confuse with anything else. You receive it with both hands. That small act feels ceremonial and right. Thank you, you say in a voice that doesn't need to climb higher than the moment. The door closes gently behind you. The envelope rests on your prepared table. A bright rectangle of clarity. You said. You breathe once, then again. The edge of the envelope catches the light like a thin blade, but you are not afraid of edges anymore. Edges are simply where one thing ends and another begins. You open it with care. No tearing. No rush. The paper inside slides free, its weight more than the grams suggest. Your name appears in the first line with a precision that honors you. The full version, the one most people shorten to make themselves comfortable. A letter refuses to do that. It meets you fully. Recognition does not flatter. It observes. It lists the kinds of burdens you carried that never had your initials on them. It notes the patience that stayed long after applause disappeared. It names the day you decided to stop apologizing for the light in your eyes. You read slowly, and the words do what words sometimes can. They land like small truths on the exact spots that once held small wounds. Instruction arrives in crisp, practical language. A location. A window of time that respects your hours. A name and number that sit on the page like anchors, not traps. You're told what to bring and what not to bring, what to sign and where to stand, who will greet you, and the 2 sentences they will say so you'll know you're safe. It is clarity without fanfare, and your nervous system thanks it with a long exhale. Release is not dramatic. Is cleaner than that. It cancels an old permission you never meant to grant. It closes an invoice you did not owe. It returns to your chest a key you once loaned to the wrong door. No fireworks, just a click you feel beneath the ribs as something finally lines up. You set the pages down and look at your hands. They seem both new and entirely themselves. In the quiet after reading, the room brightens without changing its lights. Even the chair feels more sure of itself. The letter suggests you reply with a single word to confirm receipt. You type it exactly as given, received, and send it to the provided number. The message leaves your phone like a small bird that knows exactly where to go. Almost at once, a reply arrives. Confirm. We'll see you within the window. Bring only what's listed. You copy the details onto a small card. Not because you doubt your phone, but because something in you trusts think today. Paper is slower, but it remembers differently. You fold the card and slip it into your pocket. Preparing to go is easy. Dress simple. Choose that don't complain. A bag with only what was asked. ID, the pen you've chosen. The letter itself in its yellow skin. You leave your phone on silent and slide it into the bag like an obedient companion, not a master. Before stepping out, you stand by the window and let the date touch your face. Not to ask permission, but to mark a line. You are crossing into the part of your life that will not be negotiated by fear. I'm ready. You say quietly, and your reflection agrees. The ride is ordinary. A brief walk. A short drive. A set of turns you could make with your eyes closed. You keep your eyes open anyway. The city moves in its usual script. Vendors calling. Buses sighing. Children laughing like bells that haven't learned to be careful yet. You smile without performing it. At the location, there is no drama. A reception desk. A fern that looks better than most office ferns. A person who lifts their head and recognizes your name the way the letter said they would. They speak the agreed-upon sentences and you answer with the agreed-upon word. The choreography of trust is complete. In a small room that smells faintly of paper and lemon cleaner, the table waits. A file appears with your name. A stack of pages already turned to the lines that are yours. Someone explains each one without jargon. As if they remember what hard days feel like. You appreciate that. Your signature arrives the way rain arrives on a waiting field. Not rushed. Not hesitant. Simply right on time. The pen glides as if it hath been rehearsing your name for years. As ink settles, something inside you stands up taller. Your shoulders lower by that finger of space you felt before. You breathe and the breath goes all the way down. Here is a moment when the old story wants to make a last appeal. Are you sure? It whispers, showing you a highlight reel of compromises that once passed for safety. You answer by placing your palm flat on the table. Eat with steadiness. The old story understands and quiets. Beaches change hand. The person across from you nods in a way that means more than approval. It means completion. They slide a final page forward. The practical summary the letter promised, and point to the bottom where a seal will go once you stand and step through the next door. The next door opens onto a room with a single window and a wide, uncomplicated light, another person. Different posture but the same clean attention. They check the details against a list you recognize from your card. Alignment clicks again. Another small, satisfying sound inside your chest. The stamp meets paper with a soft sound like a heartbeat. The seal is not decoration. It is authority given its proper job. The file is closed with care, not secrecy. That's all, they say, and you feel the truth of it. Sometimes all is a lot. You step back into the then you entered. Not giddy, anchored. The lift doors open like they were told to be on your side. In the mirror's stainless surface, your reflection stands easy with a quiet that cannot be borrowed or faked. Outside, the afternoon has settled into itself. You walk without hurry. You buy water from a small shop and drink half of it standing in the shade. Your hand on the bottle is your body saying, "Well done." On the way home, a number you don't recognize calls. You let it ring out and wait for the text that follows, as the letter advised. The text arrives within a minute. Blight. Legitimate. Consistent with what you were told. You answer within the boundaries set. No extra details. No nervous oversharing. Just the necessary confirmation. It feels like choosing a straight road in a maze that once pretended to be your only option. At home, you place the yellow letter and the new documents in the spot you prepared. You write the date on a small slip and tuck it alongside them. You stand there a moment longer than needed. The way people stand before a painting that has finally explained something. Archangel Mitchell says, "Stay simple, stay private, and protect the clean line you have drawn." His words arrive not as thunder, but as gargoyles, and you are grateful for both their firmness and their quiet. You think of the ones who might not understand. You don't rehearse those conversations. Not today. Clarity is not a performance for spectators. It is a conversation between your soul and your steps. The evening asks for ordinary things. A meal that respects your body. A bath that tells your skin you are safe. A few pages of a book that doesn't take more than it gives. You give yourself each one without bargaining. Later, when the sky leans into dusk, a small message arrives from the same safe contact, all received on our end. Expect a follow-up within the window. No mystery, no cliffhangers, just clean progress. You reply with a simple acknowledgement. Beneath the exchange, you feel a current of rightness you once looked for in other people's approval. You put on comfortable clothes and open a window. Night air moves in, curious but gentle. You sit at the table where the yellow letter lay earlier and let your fingers rest on the grain like reading braille. The story written here is the one you're finally choosing to live. If worry tries to return wearing new shoes, you will recognize its gait. You will offer it a chair outside the door, not a bed inside your head. You've learned the difference between being kind and being captured. There are practical steps tomorrow, small, necessary, unglamorous. You will take them without needing applause. You will keep copies, label folders, set reminders. The choreography of care is not dramatic, it is faithful. And as the days unfold, you will feel how the release at the end of the letter keeps working like a slow, steady tide. Rooms inside you air out. Words you used to swallow find their proper shape. Silence stops being a punishment and becomes a tool. You remember the instruction not to share before the moment is strong enough to stand. You honor it. The lighthouse doesn't brag about its beam. It turns, it returns, it keeps shibs off the rocks. You will be your own lighthouse in that way. Reliable, bright, no speeches. A week from now, you might take a small walk down a familiar street and realize it doesn't make you tight anymore. A month from now, you might open a drawer and find the old habit of scarcity lying there like a shirt you forgot to donate. You will fold it and let it go. A season from now, you will look back at these hours and understand why the yellow had to be yellow. It announced its truth without violence. If someone asked what changed, you will answer in a sentence that doesn't leak your boundaries. I chose clarity. If they press, you will smile with kindness and change the subject. Your life is not a courtroom exhibit. It is a home, and not everyone gets a key. You prepare a simple dinner. Steam rises from the pan and beads the window. You'd eat at the same table that held the letter. Taste arrives cleaner than usual, like your tongue has stopped negotiating with worry. Later, you step outside to feel the night honestly. A motorbike purrs. A neighbor waters plants on a balcony. A streetlight hums. Nothing announces that a hinge turned in your life today. And yet the angle of everything has shifted by a degree only you can feel. That is enough. When you return, you set an alarm, not because you fear oversleeping but because you honor your next steps. You put your documents where fire cannot find them and water cannot soften them. You turn off the bright lights and let the softer ones teach the room how to rest. In bed, you place a hand on your heart again. It beats a little deeper, a little slower, like a drum that finally understands the song it's meant to key. You thank it without words. Gratitude can be a hand on a chest and nothing more. Sleep comes. It is good sleep. You don't dream of courts or corridors or chasing trains. You dream of walking at your own pace through a door that opens because it recognizes you. Morning again. Tea or coffee steam hangs like thin silk above the cup. You make a list you will barely need because your body already knows the order of the day. You step into it. Calls you expect arrive when they should. Sign-offs occur without friction. The next page is stamped. The next appointment set. You keep moving with a kind of grace that looks a lot like competence from the outside and feels a lot like peace from the inside. When doubt tries to make a cameo, it finds there is no scene to steal. You're busy living, and living leaves little oxygen for old performances. The script has changed. The actors who loved chaos will exit on their own when the stage no longer feeds them. Soon, you will tell one person who has proven they can hold your news without making it about themselves. You will watch their face and see understanding instead of hunger, stillness instead of spectacle. Sharing will feel like placing a stone into a foundation, not tossing a pebble into gossip. You look once more at the yellow letter before putting it away. You do not bow to it. You do not cling to it. You thank it in the same way you thank the chair and the table and the pen for doing its job well. Archangel Mitchell says, "Keep the door that opened in you open. Not for the storm, but for the clean air that keeps your life breathable. Guard it the way you guard your sleep, your food, your time, quietly, consistently, without apology. From here, your days won't all be easy. They will be clear. Clear is better. Clear lets you invest in the right work, with the right people, on the right terms. Clear leaves room for joy that doesn't need an audience. At last, you step into the afternoon with an ordinary bag, an ordinary face, and an extraordinary sense of alignment. The world can go on ringing and rushing. You will move at the speed of truth, and somehow, you'll find that truth is never late. And if, tonight, the room is quiet enough that you can hear your pulse, you'll notice it again, steady, sure, unafraid. The same heart you carried through storms now beats in a house that has learned to be a home. That is the work. That is the turning, that is the message fulfilled. Evening comes again, and your house wears its new quiet like a well-fitted coat. The table speaks in grain and light. The chair holds your shape without taking anything from you. You gather the pages once more. Admission. Instruction. Release. 3 clean words that now feel like rooms you can walk through at will. You slide each into a clear sleeve. You label the folder with today's date in neat letters. You place the folder where your hand will find it without searching. A small notebook waits beside the folder. You open to a blank page and write 3 lines. What I know. What I choose. What I do next. The rest of the page fills itself with simple bullets that do not argue. Your phone lights up with a message from a number you used to fear. You watch the name glow and fade. You let it pass into silence without touching it. You open a window. The room exchanges breath with the night. The air smells like rain far away, not here yet, but thinking about it. You cook something easy. Steam rises and then disappears. Warm food reaches your chest and tells your body it can stay. In the cig plates click softly, honest work making honest sounds. You wipe the counter in slow lines. Clean space returns like a faithful friend. Archangel Mitchell says, keep moving like this. Small, straight, steady. The way a river moves even when the city forgets it is there. The way light moves across a floor without asking permission. You pack a small day bag for tomorrow's follow-up. ID, card with notes. A copy of the summary. A second pen in case the first decides to be dramatic. You zip the bag. It makes a tidy sound that feels like a promise. On your bed, you lay out clothes that won't distract your mind. Simple fabric. Comfortable shoes. Pockets where pockets help. You keep the hanger straight and the shoulders line. Before sleep, you stand for 1 minute. Palms pressed together, eyes soft, out of performance. At Shepwood, the day gets a quiet nod and steps aside. Sleep is straight and deep. You don't slip into old tunnels. You drift through a plain corridor that leads to a door that opens because it recognizes you. Behind it is not treasure, behind it is order. Morning arrives on time. You wake without that old jolt. Your feet meet the floor the way hands meet hands they trust. You drink water. You stand by the window and let daylight do what daylight does. A short message arrives from the safe contact. On schedule. 2 words. Enough words. You reply with 1 word. Ready. Your phone returns to silence. On the way out, you lock the door with an ease that surprises you. Buddy knows something mind has only just learned. The key turns. The latch clicks. The boundary holds. Outside the city does its city thing. A cart sweeps by with fresh fruit. A bus heaves and settles. A boy runs with a kite made from newspaper. You move through it at the speed of truth. At the office, the fern is still green. The reception smiles still gentle. You sign in with a stroke that feels even cleaner than yesterday. Your name sits where it belongs, a new room this time. A new light. The person across the table has calm hands and clear eyes. You lay out the next steps in sentences that land in state. You follow each one like stones across a shallow river. You sign where signing is right. You keep copies where copies are smart. You ask for a moment to read each page end to end. A 1 raises you. The room allows you to be exact. A short break. A glass of water. You stand, stretch, and look out a small window at a tree dusted in dust and sunlight. It stands inside a narrow square of dirt and still insists on being a tree. You smile without moving your mouth. Back inside, the final stamp arrives with a sound like a quiet yes. Pages are tucked, sealed, and handed to you in the same tidy folder you labeled at home. Alignment keeps happening in these small, comforting ways. On your way out, your phone vibrates twice and then stops. Old world knocking with 2 fingers instead of a fist. You let it try the handle and find it locked. The new world has a better key. You take a longer route home, on purpose. A street you used to avoid because it carried a memory you didn't owe. Today it is just a street. The memory looks small standing in daylight. You walk through it like sun through a curtain. A corner shop. You buy a small box for the folder. Not a treasure box. A practical box that closes well. The shop owner wraps it in paper with care that feels old-fashioned. You thank them and mean it. Home again, you clear a shelf for the box. Not a high shelf you can't reach. Not a low shelf that gathers dust, high level. Respect without worship. The box slides into place with a soft sound that tells you it belongs. You set a simple reminder for the next appointment. No panic alarms. No triple notifications. One clear bell at a proper time. You write the same time in your notebook because ink is a patient witness. A message arrives from someone who always wants just one detail. You answer with a sentence that carries truth without opening doors. Everything is moving in the right order. You switch the phone to do not disturb and forget where you left it, on purpose. Afternoon grows into its warmer color. You take a short walk with no goal other than walking. The body resets itself when feet agree with ground. Your shoulders settle. Your jaw releases without needing to be told. Back home. You make tea. Steam strokes your face. You hold the cup with both hands because two hands teach the heart to be here now. You open the notebook again. You add a new column. Do I am becoming. You keep the words playing. Deadly. Clear. You do not add fireworks. You add truth. An old song plays from a neighbor's radio. Once it carried a person's name like a hook. Today it's just a song. You let it pass through without stealing anything on the way. Evening brings a soft ring at last. You stand in the doorway and let a few clean drops touch your fingers. You do not call this a sign. You call it weather. Weather is allowed to be weather. Archangel Mitchell says, notice how your life behaves when you stop feeding chaos. Notice the doors that stay closed without you standing guard. Notice the doors that open because you finally stopped arguing with them. A friend who knows how to hold news asks if you want to sit for a while. You say yes. You bring nothing dramatic. You bring yourself, a calm voice, and a small appetite. You sit in a quiet corner of a small place that respects the sound of human talk. You share what needs sharing in 4 clean paragraphs. Your friend listens like a person who has learned how to listen. Your eyes don't wonder. Your hands don't fuss with their phone. They say, I'm proud of you. The words land and stay. You return home with your quiet intact. You turn off the bright lights. You put the kettle on again because warmth is a language your body understands. You breathe like someone who has learned to trust their own lungs. Later, you review a list of small tasks that used to feel like walls. A breast change here, cancellation there. Setting a new password. Each click is a tiny door handled with ease, 1,000 small hinges turning toward a life that is yours. A message arrives from the safe contact. Final confirmation scheduled. No action required until then. Your body reacts not with jump, but with ease. You type acknowledge. You place the phone face down and forget it again. You wash your face and thank your skin for being here. Through all of it. You touch the back of your neck and feel the muscles loose. You stretch the hands that held papers and pens in old grief and new order. Night becomes a good room to rest in. The street outside reduces itself to a hush. Your building breathes. Your heart answers. You dream of a simple door and simple wall. You walk out without custom, without guard, without crowd. The door opens for the person you are. You step through. The scene doesn't explode. It expands. Morning again, but this time the light has a quality that feels like promise, not performance. You put on your shoes. You water a plant that is more loyal than most people you used to chase. The plant receives and makes no speech. You sit and read the letter one more time. The paper feels familiar now, like a tool that fits your hand. Every line lands the way furniture lands after a move. Here, here, and here. You write a note to yourself and slip it into the folder's pocket. It says, "You did not wait for permission. You recognized it." The sentence sits there like a key you can't lose. A day arrives that reminds you of an old pattern. An invitation you used to feel forced to accept. A tone you used to tolerate because you were hunting for crumbs. You breathe, smile, and say no, thank you. You hang up. The room applauds inside you without sound. You schedule a walk with yourself at sunset. You keep your own appointment. The sky does a show without trying. You stand at the edge of it and learn again how not to chase anything. Back home, you open a book that doesn't stir up storms. You read a page, you close it. You let the words sit without tugging at them. Archangel Mitchell says, "This is how the big doors stay open, by honoring the small hinges." Be. To be. Move. To be clearly. Keep your circle clean. Keep your papers in order. Guard your mornings. Respect your nights. The follow-up day arrives. The last stamp meets the page. A signature is matched. A code verified. A handshake offered. The work is complete in the way bridges are complete. Not for display, but for traffic. Walking out. You feel a weight leave that you didn't realize was still lingering. It slips off your shoulder like a bag you forgot you were carrying. You do not look for it on the ground. At home, you put the final documents in the box. You close the lid. The click is not loud and somehow it is everything. The shelf holds the box. The room holds you. You make a simple meal again. Your hands move like they know the choreography of peace. You sit and eat and do not reach for your phone between bites. The fork lifts. The fork lowers. The meal ends and your stomach thanks you by being quiet. Later, music plays low, just enough to tell the walls that life is happening here without noise. You step onto the balcony and watch the city's lights blink like steady thoughts. They are neither calling you nor ignoring you. They are simply there. You are simply here. You go inside and dim the lights. Your bed waits with its ordinary promise. You lay down inside a life that is beginning to feel like it fits. Sleep arrives again, and with it a dream of walking through a market where everything costs exactly what it should. You buy only what you need. You carry it home in a bag that doesn't cut into your fingers. Morning finds you rested. You do the small things in a simple order: water, light, breath, beiges, keys, door. The day greets you like a neighbor you have always liked. A message pings from someone who once kept you off balance. You read it and feel nothing but information. You answer with grace and almost no detail. The conversation ends before it wanders. The yellow letter remains in its proper place, a chapter that continues to give without taking. You don't visit it every day. You don't need to. And did its worker. You are doing yours. And now the living begins in that steady way you've earned. Step by step. Page by page. Breath by breath. The world can shout or whisper. You will keep your pace. Movement becomes your language. Order becomes your shelter. Peace becomes your permission. You look around your home and see evidence of a person who trusts themselves. The plan. The box. The notebook. The clean table. The soft light. Each one a small witness. Archangel Mitchell says, keep it private where privacy protects your power, share it only where sharing strengthens your steps. Walk forward with a calm face and a bright spine. When the next letter life sends arrives, you will know how to receive it. When the next door appears, you will know how to open it. When the next season turns, you will be ready. This is not the end of the message, this is the part where your days carry it without needing to say it. This is the part where your life becomes the letter.